Welcome to the House of Insanity. Today we are baking again because those cookies ended up sucking. Let's just be honest. That erythritol, that whole cooling thing was just not good. So I know some people like it, and if you can deal with it, have at it. I'm going the natural route today, so we're doing Chewy cinnamon almond cookies. These are gluten and grain free. So you will need a half a stick of butter. You will need I gotta look at my list here. 5 tablespoons of honey, organic if you got it. I happen to not have organic today. Then a tablespoon of vanilla, preferably as pure as you can get it. 2.5 cups of almond flour. If you want to do your own homemade almond flour, again, have at it. Half a teaspoon of sea salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So all natural, no flour, no grains, no fake sugary stuff, or GMO, non-GMO, whatever you want to call it. So hopefully this will suffice, because I was not happy with those. First thing you're going to do is you're going to melt your butter down in a small saucepan. You could certainly use your microwave. I'm opting not to. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, by the way, I'm preheating my oven to 350. I have my hands-off baking sheet with my sill pad. I'm going to use a sill pad. They say to grease your cookie sheet. Well, I just use a sill pad. That's just me. Okay, so we have melted butter. So I'm going to remove this from the heat. I'm going to stir in the 5 tablespoons of, I hope you guys can still see that. I'm going to put in 5 tablespoons of honey here. Oh, tablespoon of vanilla. So into that goes a tablespoon of vanilla. Okay, so we're going to mix this really good.
Blah, 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 blah. Fast forward again. Chipmunk voices. Or not, I don't know.
In here is 2.5 cups of the almond flour. And then I need to put in a half a teaspoon of the salt, sea salt. And yes, I'm using my hand because I've got a grinder here, so I'm eyeballing what I think is about a half a teaspoon. So that's pretty close. So it's a 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, like Arm & Hammer or whatever floats your boat. And then 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And mine's rounded because I like cinnamon, so it's all good. So you got to mix this up really well. So I'm just going to give this a quick toss. Incorporate these ingredients really well. Let's try and break up some of this almond flour. So then when you get that all incorporated, then you're going to pour in your wet ingredients. But I'm going to remix this because sometimes butter starts to solidify. And I don't want anything to settle here. So I'm just going to make sure I get every last bit of, especially that honey, because I think we're going to need everything sweet as I can get. Now this recipe is supposed to make 18 cookies. I did the calculations. I put it into my Fitness Pal. I am on my Fitness Pal, And at the end of the video, I'll put my username if anybody wants to follow me on my MyFitnessPal. I've used my MyFitnessPal for many years, but I got away from it, and I've just started relogging now on this lovely journey. But if you want to follow me, certainly feel free. So I'll put that at the end of my vlog. So this is making a dough, kind of like our cookie dough the other day that we made. So we're going to go on this lovely journey together and find things that work. And what works for me, it may not work for you. So what I'm doing here is I got a little scooper, a cookie scooper. So I'm just taking, these are supposed to make 18 cookies. I think this is about a tablespoon and a half ish. And I'm going to tell you, I'm probably going to get about 18 cookies. Because I think I have, and I will change when we're done. I already did the calculations. So, and these are a little heavy. But, so first off, I'm telling you, they smell good. Like, on the onset, they smell really good. So these are going in the oven for 7 to 12 minutes. Okay, so far I have 12. I'm probably going to get at least 6 more, at least, if not 9 more. Then I'll have to recalculate. I have the recipe on my MyFitnessPal. I uploaded the recipe into my MyFitnessPal, so I'll put it in the description below, or somewhere in this video I'll put my username. So if you want to follow me, have at it. It's neither here nor there. So when they come out, we'll be back. We'll give one a taste. I'll sacrifice my carbs for the day. It's all good. I'm feeling like crap anyway. I might as well eat some carbs. Okay, so I just took them out. They smell amazing. They did not spread out. I had to push them down a little bit. I think it's because I'm using a soap pad. So use a greased cookie sheet. I'm just being lazy. I'm not going to change over right now to see if it works. Next time I make them, if they taste good, I'm going to use a greased cookie sheet. All right, I'm back for the numbers. So I ended up getting 21 cookies out of it, so I had to readjust some stuff here. So for each cookie, now keep in mind, if you get more cookies, you're going to have to readjust your numbers. If you get less cookies and make them ginormous, you're going to have different numbers. I got 129 calories. I have my glasses, I can't even read my own writing. 11.1 fat grams. These are per cookie. 7 carbs. 2.9 protein grams and 1.5 fiber, which leaves us with 5.5 net carbs per cookie. Now, the real test. So they're a lot bigger than the other cookie. First straight away, they smell really good. They smell now, so they're kind of a chewy cookie. They're not real crumbly. Okay, so they're not overly sweet. They have a hint of sweetness. If you're looking for a sweet cookie, this is not it. This is like a, I'm not going to use the name, but if you've ever bought the canned biscuits at the store that have or have been places that have like honey biscuits, or like honey butter, or like honey cinnamon butter, or things like that, it's kind of like that, where it's a buttery cookie. It's more like a butter cookie, or what I would consider like a digestive biscuit. It's more like what I would call a biscuit, and it has a sweetness to the background. The cinnamon, I would definitely amp up the cinnamon, but cinnamon, keep in mind, people, has carbs. I know you guys don't want to believe that because it's a spice, but it's true. Cinnamon is considered a sweetener. It has carbs. If you don't believe me, look it up. How do I feel about these? I like them. I like digestive biscuits from England, so I'm on board with these. These would be great if I could find some like low carb ice cream. I make ice cream, so it's possible. I like it that it's all natural. It's gluten-free, so I'm happy with that. I mean, I don't have a problem with gluten. Me and gluten have a problem. If you're looking for something that has like a hint of sweetness, maybe with some tea or your coffee, this is probably a good cookie substitute for like a late night snack. I don't know that it's worth the carbs personally. Maybe if I'm having a craving, this is a keeper for me, only because it uses honey and it's natural. That's my thoughts on the Chewy cinnamon almond cookie. One thing I want to note is when I can, I'm going to put in my like underneath, I'm going to put where I got the recipe from, because I want to give credit to these people that are making these recipes. Sometimes the recipes are so obscure, and when you drill down to try and find who created the recipe, it's pretty much impossible. Like on Pinterest, you'll drill down 50 times and you still won't see who originally created it. So this one, I believe, came from a Sarah Smith at Nourished and Nurtured Blogspot. Blah, blah, blah. Let's try this again. Sarah Smith at Nurtured and... Oh my God. Okay. So let's give credit where credit was due. Sarah Smith at Nourished and Nurtured Blogspot. There'll be some bloopers here. This is like a tongue twister for Pammy. Sarah Smith at Nourished and Nurtured Blogspot. Say that 3 times fast. So there is what I believe to be the recipe maker of the Chewy cinnamon almond cookies, which are gluten and grain-free. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. If you like this and want to see more, thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. If you don't, hey, don't. I'd love you to. See you later on House of Insanity.